Hi guys, a little bit of a different video today. So I printed out some proxies of the Imu deck so that I can get some paper content going here. And I wanted to show off for my first paper video in a while the amazing loop that we can do in this deck with the Shirahoshis. So what this allows us to do is A, never deck out, and B, never run a hand size, and C, it allows us to play 10 cost forever. And it's pretty crazy. So it does require a little bit of specific setup. So you need to have exactly 5 cards in your deck. Now there's other ways that we can achieve the same end state, but it requires like some manipulation of the stack earlier through searches or whatever other methods we've been using throughout the game. The other thing that is really important is that after all these years, I'm losing my edge is either already in your hand or is in the trash. Either one works in this case. And that we have at least 2 Shirahoshi, 1 10 cost, and any other card in hand. This is literally just a card that can be pitched. In this case, we have 2 never existed because we're good at the game, and we want to be able to have these 4K counters forever. So how this works is, let's say in this hypothetical situation, they're actually at 6 for the first Shirahoshi. So we can go ahead and start our turn with this. And we will go Shirahoshi, so that we paid 1 Dawn to play out the first Shira. And we're going to put back the Losing My Edge and the 10 cost. And since we have 5 cards in our deck right now, and we haven't used Leader ability yet, we know that this will become the 5th card in the deck after we cycle a card. So we're going to just put these in here. Put them to the bottom with the ordering being 10 cost and then the Losing My Edge. We'll then go ahead and do our swings, whatever else we're going to do here with these characters. And then we'll release the one of these, drawing us a card. What the card is does not matter. In this case, will be our pitch card. We then will pay 3 Dawn and use the effect of the stage to play out the 10 cost. We'll then use the 10 cost effect, pitching this card, whichever card we just drew, and trashing all cards on the board to then play out the 5 elders. So we play out the Saturn, the Jupiter, the Mars, the Workery, and the Nezjuro. On play, Saturn gets a search, so we look at the top 5. And the 5th card is that 5 elders that we placed there. We then add the 5 elders to hand, and then we can rearrange these in any order we'd like. We are going to be drawing one of these. So in this case, the 2K or the event is probably best. But then the other ones are just going to cycle forever until we're ready to draw something else. We then will go and swing with the... I didn't pay Dawn for the Shiro or the 10 cost, one of those. In any case, we have 5 Dawn left at this stage. We can swing with the Nezjuro, we can attach some Dawn, whatever. Doesn't really matter. We can then swing with Imu. This is a 6K at this point as well, which is nice. Then we pay 1 more Dawn, replacing the Nezjuro for the second Shirahoshi. This Shirahoshi will then turn sideways, and we'll add to the bottom a Shira. We need at least 1 Shira in trash to make sure we loop this forever. And a never existed. And this will be set up for our future turns. So in future turns, we'll make it to where this is always the next draw for the next turn. And we can then just infinitely loop from here. It makes it a lot easier and a lot less thinking. So now we have 3 cards in hand. We have our 5 elders for next turn and 2 never existed, and we pass. So now on the first swing, we can block with the Workery, drawing us the I'm Losing My Edge that we placed. Then on another swing, we can play the Losing My Edge, as well as a Never Existed, and go +5 for something to protect somewhere. And then on the Losing My Edge, in this case, we add the Shirahoshi because we need the Shirahoshi in hand. We can then block the next swing with the Mars, and we want to be in this state at the end of our turn. So then it comes back to us, we refresh everything, boom, we draw for turn, boom. Now, we start the turn with a Shirahoshi. This Shirahoshi is going to put back the Losing My Edge and a 10 cost. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards left in the deck as we were at the start. So we'll put the 10 cost on the bottom and then the Losing My Edge below that. So now we have 7 in deck. We can now swing out. And then we will use Leader ability, releasing the Saturn, to draw a card. This is that 2K. Now we use the stage, paying 3 Dawn, to play out the 10 cost. We'll then use the 10 cost, pitching, in this case, the Jupiter, to play out the 5 Elders. And we have to pay 1 Dawn for that as well. So then we go Saturn, Mars, News Duro, and Warkari. Now on play, Saturn, top 5. Oh wow, look at that. We grab a 5 Elders. So 5 Elders goes back to our hand. We now rearrange these in the order of Shirahoshi, and then a Never Existed. Now we have some Dawn to work with here, but for the example, we'll just swing 7. We can then play down the Shirahoshi over it, and then we Shirahoshi, and that costs us 1, Shirahoshi to put back a Shirahoshi and a Never Existed. These go to the bottom of the deck. The order does not matter anymore. Then, on the opponent's next turn, we block the first one. We draw into I'm Losing My Edge. We then do the Never Existed plus Losing My Edge to get another attack. The Losing My Edge is going to grab us any 2 costs or lower. Or, sorry, 3 costs or lower. We then block with the Mars. And then we're back in the state. So then it goes back to us. We refresh, 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 draw for turn. We draw into the Shirahoshi that we stacked. So now we do our first Shirahoshi. The first Shirahoshi is going to put back Losing My Edge and a 10 cost. And we'll just double check. There should be 5 cards in deck. There are indeed 5 cards in deck. Put the 10 cost and then the Losing My Edge. And we repeat the cycle. So then we swing, release, draw, play. That's 3 Dawn, a 4th Dawn for the effect. We now can pitch whatever we grabbed off of the Losing My Edge. We play out all these bodies. Boom, 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 boom. On play the Saturn, top 5. Add a 5 Elders. Put onto the top a Shirahoshi and a Never Existed. We swing. We play the Shirahoshi for 1. We put to the bottom a Shirahoshi and a Never Existed. Following turn, we block, we draw, we play a Never Existed and this for another one, adding to our hand. This, we block again. Following turn, refresh, draw for the turn, use Shirahoshi, put back Losing My Edge and a 10 cost. Swing out, use Leader effect, get a Never Existed, play out the 10 cost, use the 10 cost, pitching the thing that we grabbed off of the last Losing My Edge, play out the 5 Elders. On play, the Saturn, top 5, grab the 5 Elders, place Shirahoshi and Never Existed to the top. They go to the bottom there, and then swing out, play another Shirahoshi, put Shirahoshi and Never Existed to the bottom of the deck. Opponent's turn, we block, we draw, we counter, we grab back another resource, we block, we draw, we then Shirahoshi, put back the losing my edge and the 10 cost. We go 10 cost and then the losing my edge. We then swing out. We release one of these to draw a card. We then play the 10 cost. We pitch the thing off the 10 cost that we just grabbed off of the losing my edge. We then play out all the 5 elders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Saturn gives us a top 5 search. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We grab the 5 elders. We put Shirahoshi and it never existed to the top. We then swing. We then play the Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi is then going to put Shirahoshi and a never existed to the bottom. We're going to block draw. We're going to counter. Oops, on this one, adding a card to the hand. And as you can see, this just goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. And we can loop infinitely. We never go down in hand size. Now, obviously, the assumption here is that our opponent is not able to do more than 3 swings, which I think is like, there's a lot of decks where that's true, right? Zoro, for example, a lot of times they're not going to be getting more than 3 swings. Also, it's important to note that this is super late game already, so you've already drained their resources, and this just kind of allows you to just infinitely drain more resources. Also worth noting that we just need to do the single losing my edge. Beyond the losing my edge, we can just we can do any other combination of counters or taking life, etc. We just need to make sure that we have something to get that hand size back up to keep going. But yeah, I find this loop a lot of fun to pull off in a game. It has happened more than once into very long, drawn-out games. And then it just allows you to super out-resource your opponent. Really like this deck. More content to come. I'll do one on like what to mulligan for and what to look for in your opening hands. But yeah, this is a experimental format for me. So hope you like it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and see ya.